everybody! I'm going to be getting connected with an alien race today, and this is actually, I was introduced to this alien race based on an email I received, and I got this email from Pyramids on Mars. I'm a subscriber, and Pyramids on Mars is a band, and their music is geared towards activating, attuning even, awakening the human race and getting us connected with our star families, connected with our starseed souls, our starseed selves as well. It's energy music, okay? So I got this email, and it's close encounters of the Ponty kind. That's the best I can tell you, because it's a very strange spelling. Here, I'm going to show you kind of what this looks like. You guys seeing this? You see this? You see this? You see that face right there? That's when that's a human, and then that's one of those alien beings. But it's spelt P apostrophe NTL. Try and pronounce that. All right, so it says that these beings are called Pon-tee, and they're from the planet Ponty, fifth planet orbiting Zeta Reticuli II. And they also reside under the Sandia Mountains in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They are more commonly known as the Gray's Zeta Extraterrestrials. So I'm really intrigued by this, and I want to get tuned in and see what they're like. It's really cool when you find out there's alien beings actually living here on Earth already. They just can't really say hi to us because, you know, human beings might get freaked out. So we got to work on our psychic development so we can actually communicate with them psychically. And once we start to evolve a little bit here, stop working with our ego, start working with our heart, start expanding our abilities here, we can tune into races of beings like you wouldn't believe. And they have so much to talk about. All right, let's find out what these Ponty beings have to say, okay? I'm going to go ahead and relax here. And I'll put this information in the description too. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. That way you can take a look at some of the links and just some of the information that was put into this this email. All right. You guys ready for this? I'm ready for this. Okay, I'm gonna relax. Ponty people. So the first thing I'm experiencing is some very disturbing images, okay? It looks like blood splatter. It looks like giant dragon face. It feels like my heart is being ripped into two pieces. And I feel like I'm going underground. I hear the sound of very loud running water, like water that's moving very quickly, like a river rapid underground. It's very loud. It's very disturbing, to be honest. Are we sure that these beings are warm and fuzzy, or is there a little bit of vulnerability here? Maybe it's my vulnerability. I'm gonna stay with it, and we'll keep exploring, okay? All right, so my spirit guides are tuning in and telling me, all right, let's talk about these images that you're looking at. So I experience what is a human being who's being experimented on, and it's very, very unpleasant. And it's disturbing, even like taking out the throat, the actual throat, and exploring all the ways that the physical throat expresses sound. Like actually exploring, I mean, really looking at all the fine details of the physical form. I mean, every tiniest little detail. And I ask them, what are you looking for? There's a very long pause here. I'm being shown a new scene. This scene has what is like extraordinary crystal walls. The walls are made out of crystal, and there's a yellowish color to it, and there's clear as well. It kind of has a bluish color in some spots. And it also reminds me of ice, so frozen. It feels like a closed door. And it's not breakable. It's not easily breakable. This substance, it's like it's blocking off a pathway. It feels quite hot and stifling. I feel like there's, I'm being shown another interesting image. This is what is like, you could see a mountain on the outside. It looks like it's made out of rock. But if you go deep enough into it, it's actually got this crystal mountain on the inside of itself. It's entirely made out of crystal. It's huge. It's absolutely enormous. And there's something about this crystal that has the ability to appear and disappear. So it can move. It's almost like a spaceship of its own kind. So it can actually place itself in different locations wherever it wants to go. It's very comfortable here. It really is very, very comfortably placed here. And there is a definite connection with these mountains. Things are starting to subside and feel safer, okay? So all that scary stuff is not the way forward. That's the next part of the message. And there's a lot of sadness that weeps from the heart. Is that the heart of the Pon-tee people, or the heart of the human race, or the heart of this whole soul journey of our collectives together? Because they're a part of our world too. So the feeling is getting softer and warmer, and there's a lot of grief about the suffering of mankind. And it can't take the pain, it can't take the nightmare away from us. It can't take the knife out of our hands. It can't do that. It's not necessarily saying that these beings are experimenting on human beings. I'm just being introduced to this very disturbing energy, which gives me a connection with the disturbingness of humanity, but I also feel there's some potential truth to it with human beings and alien beings and experimentation. They're not necessarily saying that they do that, but this is part of the introduction of what they're wanting to talk about. This crystal structure is fantastic, just so you know. And the deeper I go into it, it's healing. I mean, you walk into it and there's vibrations, and it purifies the air, it purifies your body, it purifies your cells, it purifies your mind, it purifies everything about you. So there's nothing out of tune. Not a single tiny little bit is out of tune in your entire frequency pattern. Nothing. It's I want to say that it's smaller than it first appeared, It felt quite large, like hundreds of people could easily hang out in this. But it's starting to feel smaller, like an intimate room for just a couple people to get to know each other. That's what it's like right now. And I like it when this crystal structure gets small and it starts to feel homey, starts to feel even safer. It starts to feel like it's just a little space for me and for people that love and care about me, that we can get to know each other, that we can share our experiences and our feelings together. And they don't want they don't want those images to be brought into here because they don't need to be. And even if they are brought into here, the crystal itself is bringing everything into harmony. They're talking about the images. These Ponty beings are talking to me about them, not my spirit guides. They're talking about fears, and this is true. I have a lot of background stories about my relationship with alien beings, and I've taken a very long break from alien beings for a reason. And my experience of alien torture and psychic attack and just stuff you don't really want to experience. So it's a lot for me to actually walk through the doorway and start communicating with alien beings again, because I've been traumatized, and not just in this life but other lifetimes as well. So I carry a lot of severe nightmare in my soul. So for me to just now learn how to trust alien beings in general, all alien beings turn into the same alien being, evil people who are ripping me apart, torturing me, messing up my mind, burning me alive, killing me. That's not just as a human, that's another alien race, other alien races. There've been many different alien beings. Not just one race of alien beings. Lots of different races of alien beings. And human. And part of this is also me moving into that crystal, is me having to, again, face my own inner fears and nightmares. Just like with those Arcturian beings, I had to go through what was a barrier of my fears, and experiencing those fears, being surrounded by them. And again, that's kind of what I'm being introduced here in going to visit these Pon-tee beings. So you guys following me thus far? I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. So just to catch you up to speed, the introduction of this experience, all that disturbing stuff, is really my energy consciousness moving towards them, moving towards this energy crystal, which is also like a spaceship, and then working through a release and a purification of myself, which is also in turn healing a lot of my internal soul wounds. Internal wounds as Abbey, and internal wounds as other parts of myself that I don't remember, but I feel their fears inside of me. And now we're here in the crystal, and they're helping me to feel safe in here, helping it to feel like a warm and cozy, simple space where we can get to know each other, where I don't have to feel afraid around them, where we can feel safe together. They're very comforting people. They're very, very comforting, warm, and they don't want you to hurt inside. They don't want anybody to hurt inside. And they're very beautiful energies. So again, there's a conversation about healing myself, Abbey, okay? This is why you guys got to get psychic, so you can go visit the Ponty people and go get some healing. Go visit the Arcturians, get some healing, the lion people. Go out there, get some healing. Yeah, it's cool. Okay. They're so, what I'm impressed by is they're so tuned into our own emotional patterns. They're so tuned into the way that we feel. They impress me because their emotions are very similar to our own emotions, which is unusual. They're almost even more empathetic than we feel. Like they can relate to our emotions, and then they're even more empathetic. So they do relate to emotions, very loudly relate, and even express emotions in response, empathy emotions in response to what they're finding inside myself. Again, very comforting, very warm, very kind. They really want to help us clear the fear out of our system. And fear that is attached to memories. And it can be, I'm being shown an image of a child wanting to make a parent proud, for instance, and the fear the parent puts into the child in order to make sure that child does good, does what I want them to do. Whether it's abusive or not abusive, there's different levels of this that is expressed, but the child still fears letting the parent down. And I'm being shown that this also creates fear and the ability to relate to balanced love. Because if love is making the parent proud based on fear, then what are we teaching the whole collective about love? How are we growing with love? This is making my back of my neck and my head very spicy hot, like cinnamony, like a hot tart, like a very spicy feeling. They're telling me this can get a little awkward because they're getting invasive, apparently, in my energy field in order to help me clear this stuff. So it could feel a little awkward is the way that they're putting it. And I can tell because my heart is feeling pressure and my mind is, and I'm kind of feeling a little bit blurry and dizzy here and tired. They're telling me that this is tuning into also my fear because it is invasive on a level, invasive. But it's also not harming me. It's not to harm me at all. It's to help heal me. And they show me doctors that we go to that have to get invasive. So we have techniques for removing cancer from the body. It's invasive. We have techniques for repairing a heart. It's invasive. It looks extremely disturbing. You have to torture the body in order to repair it. That's what we're working with out here. But their invasive is different. It doesn't feel threatening. I feel like our medical industry is far more threatening than what I'm picking up on from this experience with them right now. So you guys are probably wondering, so you're telling me these Ponty people are doing like surgery on you right now? Well, you could call it energy surgery. And yes, energy is, it's what I do for a living. I use energy in order to heal people. So I find people's fears and we take a look at it. Every human being has an inner collective of their own consciousness. So you have parts of you who say yes, parts of you who say no, parts of you who fight each other, and then you're dealing with yourself all the time, and it just seems like a tug of war with yourself all day, every day. So to go in there and take a look at all the parts of you and to bring peace to all the different parts so your inner self can actually become a loving family. And in order to heal, in order to bring balance to all that you are, you work with love, right? So I work with love, and I'm psychically communicating with Ponty people, and they're psychically doing energy work on myself while I'm also communicating with you and explaining to you how healing works, okay? It's an interdimensional universe, and there is no time, all right? And everything happens like this. I've already lived and died. I've already lived every future lifetime. I've already come all the way around and started reliving past lives. I'm already as far and as behind and as in the beginning and in the end. I'm all parts of the universe. I'm all parts of myself. I'm all parts of time. So it's really not that complicated. It's easy stuff. It's really easy stuff. Okay. They're talking to me about something here. Man, they're really talkative right now. It's kind of exhausting me. Talking about my throat. Talking about my ears. Talking about my heart. Talking about my memories. They're talking also about their receptivity to receiving visitors and wanting to help heal people. So they're all about it. Come visit us. We want to help you. They're all about visitors. And it's quite a celebration because another human being chose to come visit them. So there's like a celebration energy going on here while all this other stuff is being discussed and looked at. They're really, really kind people. Very loving, very empathetic. They relate to human beings. They get us. But they're really, I mean, to them it's obvious. Just walk into this crystal and you'll be totally harmonized. If every human being could just walk into their crystal, the whole human race would become totally different. We would see with new eyes. We would understand with new senses. We would get it. They can't just expose themselves. That's quite clear. They can't just say, come here, hello, here we are. They're definitely saying no to that. You have to come to them. They will not go to you. You have to come to them. They're very, very serious about that. And they stay hidden, just so you know, for a reason. But they keep to themselves too. They have their own civilization. They have their own joys and their own ways of life. But they welcome people to come visit them. They absolutely do. They have room for everybody. And there's a female energy, but there's also male energy. I mean, there just seems to be like a bunch of them here now. It doesn't feel like just a me and just like two people. It's like 8 little people or something. It feels like a lot here now. And the size of this crystal, I mean, it's like humongous and it's small. And then it's humongous and it's like all these parts and it can be anywhere it wants to be. And it's like this. And I'm just asking them, why are they here? I mean, they're talking to me still about this crystal spaceship and how it's so interdimensional that right now it appears to be in the Sandia Mountains, but it's simultaneously in lots of different places at once. And so if it needs to move, you would never know it was there. No, it will never be found, just so you know. You can't find it. Even if it was right in front of your face, you won't ever be able to find it. This is for a reason. They keep saying that this is for a reason. But they aren't threatened and they're not afraid. They're very happy, lively, like silly. Like they feel like they like music and they like dancing. They like having fun. They feel like adorable little fun people. They do. Like I could imagine them Fraggle Rock, like weird little fun people. Like I don't know why, but they make me even kind of laugh and feel just sort of giggly because they're just like they like music and dancing and they're like silly little fun people. I like them. That's what they feel like to me. They feel like that. Like every moment is a moment to be so happy and to celebrate again. And then everybody starts dancing and singing and the instruments come out. And that is absolutely what it's like. It's a very adorable feeling too. A very adorable feeling. It kind of reminds me of crystal spirits, because crystal spirits are also like odd looking adorable creatures that are so fun. Like they like music, they like playfulness and laughter and dancing, and they like parading about. And they're odd looking like little creatures. Or not to say these beings are odd looking but little creatures, but they feel like that to me, like adorable little party animals or something. Okay, very, very cheerful, very bright, very happy. Okay. They really do care, because even still, I'm telling you all this stuff I'm feeling out. And again, with time, I mean, it feels like what could be a few minutes here where we're just talking and sharing. It feels like I've been there for a lot longer than I'm aware of. Like what could be 5 hours or something. Because they're talking to me about more of this invasive energy surgery, or however you want to look at it. They're showing me some different things. I have no idea what any of it means, other than that's the feeling and the experience that I'm having with them right now. Like being in a doctor's office and they're going over the x-rays. It's like that type of feeling. But they are communicating with me, like with my inner collective that I'm not consciously. I have no clue what they're saying to my inner selves. They say that I will definitely know what they're talking to me about. And there's a reminder here. So when I started visiting the Arcturian beings, and that was quite a jumble. That was really overwhelming because it was so loud. The experiences that I had to purify out my energy field, but I started to notice that the loud fears and the anger and that I can feel inside myself, like these unhealed wounds that I can't seem to heal for whatever reason, were massively subsided to like they don't exist at all. And so coming to visit these beings, I had no hesitation in wanting to visit with them. So coming down here and finding again myself in these really disturbing images, it's like, is this me or is this them? I don't know right now. Need to hang in there. Now I'm on the other side of it, and I feel like as I continue forward on this journey of reconnecting with alien beings, that it's just subsiding so substantially, the fears, that it's just more of like an open door of embrace and longing and even starvation for how unique other beings are, how uniquely different and special they are, their personalities and the way that they think and the way that they express emotions and the way that they do things and what they see and how they love. It's really refreshing, because when you're here and you experience the human world every day, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. It gets a little dry, all right? It gets a little thin. It gets a little like, is it going to become a bright day ever here where we just start to celebrate each other and we just start to feel how absolutely beautiful life is because we're allowing each other that privilege and the ability to love each other, without being afraid of that? Alien beings are open to us. They're open to sharing and teaching, and for us to share as well who we are, our souls and our spirits and our personalities, because I'm Abbey. There's no other Abbey on this whole planet. There's no other you on this whole planet. So you are extremely unique. I'm extremely unique. Every single person here is extremely unique. So if we go to visit these Pon-tee people, I go to visit, they're having a special experience with my spirit, just me, getting to know just simply who I am. It makes you feel very special and very loved. And you feel appreciated as well, because they actually do appreciate you, because there's nobody else in an infinite universe that is you. Only you are you. And they cherish that. They cherish that. So I just want to just tell you guys that. Okay, let's see what happens next here. You guys know that on Netflix they came out with the updated version of the Dark Crystal, which is freaking awesome. And I watched it when it first came out, so I can't remember the cute little, I don't know why I can't remember their names, but they're adorable and they're kind of fun and they're playful, and there's like parts where they're kind of like partying. These Ponty people kind of remind me of that. They're like adorable partiers. They're really cute like that, and they're loving, so loving and caring and kind. Okay, let's see. They tell me I can spend time as long as I want. I can stay there as long as I want. I don't even have to leave when I'm done making this video for all of you. I can stay. And I can visit whenever I want. And they're kind of like, you can stay as long as you want. You can heal here, rejuvenate. We're here. We'll take care of you. We'll keep an eye on you. We'll be there for anything that you need. They're very loving. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, you know? It just feels like there's so much more. I don't feel like this introduction to these Pon-tee people, that this is my first and last experience with them. I feel like this is just the beginning of something that I'm going to enjoy for a long time in my life, which is really neat. It's very warm now. It's very soothing warmth. It's not like I can't breathe because it's so hot here, but it's actually a very soothing and refreshing, warm feeling. Very peaceful, warm feeling, like a blanket that just came out of the dryer. And it's like slightly heavy, so it just feels like you're just snuggled into this heavy warm blanket. It's fantastic, okay? It's great, and it's just all around me right now. I feel like I'm getting hot, like super warm in my face, and my whole body is heating up a lot. Holy smokes. Very, very hot feeling. And it's good. It's like a purifying feeling. They're very, I mean, I can't stop saying it. It's almost like they're always hugging each other and just like expressing love to each other and to me, and it just like, it's constant therapy, like love therapy. It's just constant. It never dries up. They never run out of love here. They have enough love to light every star in the whole universe. That's how beautiful they are. Okay. That's what I'm going to share for now. Alright, that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't even know what to say anymore. I still feel like I'm some magical, like, happy land. It's really neat. Alright. If any of you are interested in exploring a psychic session with me, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Okay. Thank you all for watching, and I wish you all a beautiful day.